about your money working for you instead of you having to work for your money. And for most people, they're either, if they own a business, they're stuck in their business all day. When they close their shops or their businesses, they don't make money when the shop's closed. So essentially, even a business owner, most of them have to work for their money. Whereas there's only 5% of people are what we call financially fit. They're not concerned about where the money's coming from. They've built a great asset that produces money without them having to work. There's only 5% of the population are in that position. The rest of us are still working for our money and always will be, because we don't have a vehicle that can produce money for us. So Wealth Generators is simply a company that was designed to help possibly you and 95% of the people you know. And what they do is they've got products to help you find money in your present circumstances. So they can actually do evaluations on your current income and expenditure alongside your income, and work out kind of a way to see where you can fine tune your expenses to find money you didn't even realize you had. So they've got products in that area. They've got products to show you how to grow money, and that's very important. That's what we'll focus on this presentation on. And then the third component is they have products to show you how to keep money. Now, when you think about it, since you left school, let's say 16, 18, 21, whenever it was you left school, I want you to think about this right now. Think about all the money you've earned since you left school. All the money from those part-time jobs, from that full-time job, from that career, or from that business, or from that empire you've built. Think about all the money that's gone through your hands or through your bank account. Here's my question. How much of that have you kept? How much have you held on to? So these guys have got very tax-efficient ways to help you with your money management, let's call it. And we have a product here that essentially in many markets doesn't even incur a tax, because we're going to deal with Forex and currency and stuff like that. It's incredible. So what Wealth Generators is, it's a financial fitness company that has a suite of products to help you improve and find money that you didn't know you had, to help you grow the little bit that you do have, and to help you keep more of your money. That's what they're about. So let's see who owns Wealth Generators. Here are the four founders on the screen. We have Ryan Smith, Chad Miller, Annette Rayner, and Mario Romano. Now, these guys are experts in their field. Their combined experience, would you believe, is over 100 years. Their combined experience in the market. But for this last 20 years, they've been involved teaching and helping people how to trade the markets and stocks and equities and Forex. They've worked out of Wall Street, out of London, all over the world, and they've built a massive company that today is run by Robert Kiyosaki's company. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, a lot of you know, is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that very famous suite of books. Robert Kiyosaki now owns the company these guys originally established, and that company grew to $350 million per annum in sales. They used to advertise on television, these guys, and they realized that in the real world, when people are asked to manage their own money, we're not real good looker-afters. We're not real good managers of our own money. We let emotion get in the way. And for that reason, they established this company called Wealth Generators, where they remove us from any knowledge. We don't need any experience. We don't have anything physically to do. We've nothing to learn about this. These guys have employed the professionals, the best people in the world, to make this possible for you. It's a bit like, you know, if you want going to open a hospital, you know, do you want to go and learn how to be a doctor and spend 10 years and practicing before you even, or do you just want to get the best surgeon or the best doctor to do the job for you? These guys have put together 13 of the top performers in this trading world to do your trades for you, to make your money grow for you without or very little involvement from you, essentially. Now, they have been independently accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you don't know who they are, simply they're an organization that looks at many, many companies. In fact, if you read what it says here, it says that according to the Better Business Bureau, not every business is eligible for accreditation. So first of all, you've got to be eligible for accreditation. But what these guys do is they go in and look at their website, they go and look at their offers, they check to see, do they advertise honestly? I mean, let's say they had a warranty or a guarantee, do they stand over it? Things like that. And on all 8 accounts, this company we're looking at right now has got an A+ rating from this independent accreditation. And that gives us a little bit of comfort knowing that these guys know what they're doing. They've been around for a while, and they're very, very credible. And what we're looking to do here is we're looking to bridge the gap between, let's call it Wall Street and Main Street. Okay, let's say we all live in Main Street, but where the real money's made, it's made where the financial institutions are, it's made on Wall Street, it's made where the money markets happen, and those guys seem to have an edge on the rest of us. And we're going to show you how to bridge that gap. How do you get from Main Street to Wall Street? But guys, we can show you that in just a few minutes from now. I want to tell you a little bit about past performance of this company, because whilst past performance doesn't equal future results, I think if you look at the pedigree and look at what these guys have achieved, you will be well impressed with what they have here. So let's take a look. There's a lot of data out there. In fact, they publish all the results, and if you take say a 12-month period, you'd be very, very well impressed with the pips that they achieve, with their average returns. I mean, certainly in equities, they're getting 77% annual returns, which is phenomenal. When we look at say a 12-month window, particularly in Forex performance, you'll see here from the 8th of January 15 to the 8th of January 16, they did 1,728 pips. If you're not involved in trading or in Forex, you have no idea what that means. But let me tell you that a pip is a percentage in points. It shows their their performance, and it's important. The more pips that they achieve, the better the results it is for us. But this company, you don't need to know the education. You don't need to know what a pip is. You don't need to know what a stop loss is. You don't need to know what a take profit is. These guys do the work for you and make your money grow. And I'm going to show you now for this last 2 months. I've only got involved in this last 2 months. We've worked this out that on a $1,000 account, if you set it conservatively, so you manage the risk, you set it up yourself, then they take over and do the trade. So you manage your own risk. On a $1,000 account, over this last 2 months, you would have got conservatively 5.3. Moderately set, it would be 13.2. If you set it aggressively, it would be 20.4%. That's 10% per month with our Forex product. If you had a $5,000 account, as an example, a conservative setting again would be again 5.3. But on a moderate setting, because it's a larger account, it'll take on more trades. You can get 15.8% set moderately. Now, when you take an account with these guys, they will give you an indication of how you should set it. However, it's up to you to manage that risk yourself. It's up to you to decide, how you want to play this. I've set my account at moderate. I got 11.9% this month, 11.9% this month. But on a $5,000 account, that would have been 15.8%, and set aggressively, it would be 26% over 2 months now. This is over 2 months, and that's about 13% per month, which is phenomenal. So you can see my account is set between moderate and aggressive, and it's down to the end user how you want to play that. The software will give you the best advice how to set that up, and it's just phenomenal what these guys are achieving. So what I would like to do is I'd like to show you how to get, say, from $1,000 to $1 million. I mean, does anybody think that's possible? $1,000 growing to $1 million. Where do you think that might be possible? Well, first of all, let's go to camera here, and let me show you on what I call a compounding calculator. You can download this for free on the App Store. I'm not sure about the Android version, but I want to just show you how money grows very, very simply. Let's say we put $1,000 one-time deposit at, we'll take an average of, say, 6% per month. So if we get 6% per month, and we do this, let's say, for 1 year. 1 year, so we go 1 year. Let's have a look at that. That's 12 months from now. $1,000 at 6% per month. The return on that would be $2,000. So no matter how many times I do that calculation, $1,000 always becomes $2,000 if you're getting 6% return per month. Okay, it's a fact. You go to the best accountant on this planet and ask him to work out, if I had $1,000 and I was getting a return of 6% per month for a period of 12 months, what is the answer? Guys, it's $2,000. If you put in $10,000 at 6%, you're going to get $20,000. If you put in $1 million, you would get $2 million in 1 year, because compound interest, compounding is an incredible operation when you understand it. Now, I use it in a formula called the Rule of 72. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Rule of 72, but you can Google that. And many of the property and the real estate people use the Rule of 72. What it simply means is this, in property terms, if you were getting 6% interest on a property, let's say you're getting 6% return on your property per year. Property people are quite happy with 6 to 10% in a year. We're all aware that the banks are giving us what? Is it 1/4% in a year? 1/4%? So if you have a property yielding you 6 to 10% a year, you're very, very happy. But what you do is you take your yield, your 6%, and you divide it into this number 72. And when you divide 6 into 72, the rule is that it would take you 12 years for your property to pay for itself. Okay? So that's not bad. Every 12 years, your property would double. If you were getting 10% yield, you divide 10 into 72, and then you would get 7.2 years. So if you get a higher yield, 10% per annum, what that would mean is your property would pay for itself in just 7 years. And that is a rule we hear about, that every 7 to 10 years, property is very likely to double. But how do you get onto the property ladder? The challenge in today's markets is you need a big down payment, you need a good credit file, and then you tie yourself to a mortgage for many years, whether it's 10, 20, 35 years. Some brokers are now offering 35-year mortgages. So that's really a burden. The other thing with the property, and I'm a great advocate of having a little bit of property, but to liquidate your property quickly is not an easy thing. You need to advertise it, you need to market it, you need to evaluate it, you would have possibly a capital gains tax. But what if I could show you something more exciting? What if I could show you to get 6 per month? If you're getting 6% per month, then it takes 12 months, not 12 years to double. Okay, so in real estate, if you're getting 6%, it takes 12 years for your property to double in value. But if you get it in Forex or in currency, it takes 12 months to double. So that's essentially 12 times faster than property. So let's take a look at what we might do here. Let's say you put $1,000 into a very reliable broker, and the broker we're going to recommend is based on Fleet Street in London. It's called Alpha Capital Markets. They are a fully FCA regulated business, so that's very important to be comfortable with that. But if you put $1,000 into a broker, nothing happens unless you get somebody to make that money go to work. And that's where we're going to introduce wealth generators. So let's introduce wealth generators. I'm going to abbreviate that to WG. Wealth generators have a basket of products, a suite of products, and combined for all of them, the initial setup charge is just $334.99. So it's quite inexpensive to set up your full suite of products. These are products to help you to grow money, to help you find money, and to help you keep money. Now, I'm only going to illustrate the grow money part. What we actually do is we have 13 at the moment, so it's 10 plus professional traders who have had an exceptional track record. These guys, we've seen in some of the slides there, are getting phenomenal results. Even these very volatile times. I mean, with the American elections, that's a volatile time. Profits are made in volatility. With Brexit, that's a very volatile time. Profits are made when there's volatility in the market. If everything's just flat, there is no gains or losses. So in a volatile market, these guys have been exceptional. And as I said, they've been getting 77% of their trades correct. Well, guys, that's enough to show us on past performance that these guys are getting somewhere between 4 and 9% on a monthly basis. 4 to 9%. Now, I showed you some of the slides earlier where it was 5.5 and even up to 20% over 2 months, which was over 10%. But if we go back for this last 3 years, you're going to find it's going to be somewhere between 4 and 9%. Now, if I use a rolling average of, let's call it 6%, that's where I took out my calculator and did that calculation for you. So let's do that again. But I'm going to take up the $1,000 again. So let's clear that. Let's clear the screen and let's put that $1,000 back in with our broker. $1,000 one-time deposit, so we're not going to contribute anymore in this particular example. And let's say we're fortunate enough to gather that 6% profit per month, so 6%. And in this instance, I'm going to roll this out for a longer period. Let's suggest we do it for a 10-year window. Maybe you have a mortgage to clear up in the next 10 years. Maybe you want to retire and you want a nice pension fund. Maybe you want to leave a legacy for the children or the grandchildren. So we're going to look at 120 months now, not just 12 months. Look what happens, guys, when you compound for the longer term. $1,000 compounded at 6% per month for a period of 10 years is $1,088,187. I'm going to write that down. If you're fortunate enough to get that 6% roll on average, $1,000 turns into $1 million, $88,187 every single time you do that calculation. Now, as I said, past performance does not guarantee future results. But certainly what we can go is on these guys' track records. And what if we were able to put a guarantee in place? How interesting might that sound? So let me tell you about the ongoing costs to make this happen for you. I mean, these guys, these 10 guys or these 13 guys, they're not going to work your account for you without getting paid. So let me tell you how inexpensive this is to create real wealth. Guys, it costs £40 sterling, maybe, I don't know what that is in euro, maybe less than 50 euro. We're talking about $199 for a full month. That's about $50 a week to have these guys work your account for you, which is incredible. Where can you turn $1,000 into $1 million? Guys, if you turn $1,000 into $500,000, if this is half as successful as we're suggesting, this is serious money. This is where you can create wealth for your family. It's paying the professional trader to do these live trades on your behalf. Guys, we're not talking about software that does it for you. If this was software, I would not be involved, because software is only, you can't rely on it. It doesn't know the results of the election today until it's too late. We're talking about real live people working your accounts in live daily trades. It means you don't have to get up in the middle of the night and check your trades. It means you don't have to cut and paste. It means you don't have to learn anything. We're giving you a quality of life to continue doing what you're doing and having your money work for you. And this is done by the experts. Let me tell you about the guarantee. The guarantee is incredible. Here's what the guarantee says. You don't know who these guys are. You don't know the broker. You mightn't have a relationship with this broker. Maybe you do. You don't know who the traders are. So there's three separate components here. It's Wealth Generators brings the traders together with your broker. Your money is with your broker. That's what's important. If anything were to happen, Wealth Generators or your traders, there's no problem. Your money is safe with your broker. You call up your broker, you say, I want my money, and they'll send it out to you within 2 business banking days. It's incredible. Now, let's talk about the guarantee. If you try this for 6 months, okay, you've got to give, you see, you can't create wealth in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It's going to take a little bit of time. But certainly after 6 months, you've got to gauge some kind of salve about this. Is this working or is it not working? Here's the guarantee. If you try this for 6 months, $199 for 6 months, it's going to cost $1,200. If these guys get it wrong, if for any reason you're out of pocket, let's say this $1,000 goes down to $900. Here's what you do. You call up your broker and say, listen, I want to take my $900 back out because these guys have lost $100 on you. So you take your $900 back, so you're down $100, and you pay these guys $199 to do your trades for 6 months, a total cost of $1,300. Here's the guarantee. They give you a triple risk-free guarantee. A triple risk-free guarantee. The worst case scenario, win, lose, or draw, is you're going to win. If these guys draw or lose on your account and you call in the guarantee, it's incredible. Here's something else that's extra. If you want to set up a demo account, with a broker, you don't even want to put your own money into this, you can establish a demo account, a demonstration account, and then pay these guys for a week or a month or 2 months and check it out yourself. And then when you're comfortable, when in your heart says, you know what, this is good, I'm going to put some of my real money in here, then you've got real money working for you instead of demonstration. But that's what's important, that they're happy enough to allow you even to set up a demo account if you wish. Now, the company's 3 years old. Here's the good news. They have never, ever had to pay this out in 3 years of business. Why? Because their past performance has been achieving spectacular results. Nobody could call on the guarantee because people are making money. So guys, that's our presentation. It's as simple as that. You set up a broker account, which is independent from the traders and wealth generators. You can start with nothing. You can put real money in if you want. The minimum deposit is going to be $250. But I mean, we have customers putting $1 million into this. But wherever you're comfortable with, you put it into your broker. You can call on that broker 24/7, except at the weekends, because it's going to be closed. But you can get this out anytime you wish. It's regulated by the FCA. That's very, very important, the equivalent of the FSA. You can pay in by credit card, so you've got your credit card guarantee as well. Guys, this is spectacular business. This is never really offered to the ordinary folk. It's been reserved for the rich, for the elite, for the wealthy people. But what Wealth Generators has done is they brought Wall Street back down to Main Street at an affordable price, a very affordable price to allow you to benefit from these experts' trades. And that's our presentation over. Has anybody any questions on that, please?